Okay, great. Thank you guys all for coming and for being here. Obviously, we've got Halloween coming up this weekend. So anyone with kids or anyone who's celebrating, have fun and be safe and things like that. I know it's a little different than most years. We got a couple birthdays. We got Leslie's on Friday. So happy birthday to Leslie. Marty and Robert start off on the November birthday. So Marty's is November 6th. So happy birthday to Marty. And Robert Lewis's is November 9th. So happy birthday to him as well. So again, I know I bring this up every week, and some of you have been really great at giving me names of people to speak with and to talk to. A special shout out to Christine Farku, who has gotten us a couple agents, and like I had another interview this week with someone she recommended. So, again, the reason I'm asking for this is that right now we have more leads than our full-time agents can handle, right? So this means two things. Number one, if any of you want to work full-time, right, that means like 40 plus hours a week, want to take out people, want to go around, want to make money and things like that, please let me know. We will work out a schedule. I have leads for buyers. I have leads for renters. Other agents are looking for people to help them to work. So if you want to work, and again, it's only for full-time people, right? I don't need someone for just the weekends or whatever, but full-time, we have leads for you. Or if you know any agents, right? You've got a friend at another company that's looking for more business and they're like, I'm not happy with where I am. Let me know. I'd love to talk to them. Again, we need people who can handle this kind of barrage of business we're getting. We're getting referrals from other Weichert agents. We're getting Op City leads. We're getting, leads from Rent Hop and things like that. Some of our agents have listings that need servicing and things. So please, please, please let me know. Again, send me a text. You don't have to do it over this. If you're interested or if you know of someone, I'd really, really appreciate it because we've got too much business to handle right now, which is a great point to be at in a kind of abysmal market. So again, my quote this week, and again, this is going to be a little tough love today, but and again, I do appreciate you guys all being here because you are people who are putting in the time and the effort to be here. Quote, I'm a huge sci-fi nerd for those of you who don't know that, but this one comes from Yoda. No, try not, do or do not, there is no try. Again, the short version of it is do or do not, there is no try, right? You can't try something, right? You can do it. You can't try to be a real estate agent. Either you are a real estate agent or you are not, right? Like we are either actively looking for and working with clients or we're not. And if you want to be a part of this team, we're really looking for people who, again, we are totally fine with people doing this dual career, but for those of you who say to me, oh, I'm not doing any business, oh, I'm not making any money and whatnot, there are so many opportunities out there and there are so many things that you can do. And so what we want is to make sure that we have all these opportunities available to you and you're ready to kind of do it. And I can't use a better example than one of the new agents, right? I won't say who it is, but you've probably heard about them before, but they came into this full-fledged, they did all the accelerate training, they went on Rent Hop, they've been taking out a bunch of clients off there. They fully used the My Weichert system, started sending emails to neighborhoods and things like that. Not only got 2 listings, but got a buyer for one of the listings. That buyer referred them someone else. So there's more things coming from that as well. So basically 5 deals will probably happen within the next 2 months from My Weichert, right? And that's something that none of us could have imagined from the beginning of the system. But, the market is active, right? And that means a number of different things. It means that people are looking to move. It doesn't mean that prices are up because they're down mostly across the board, but there is change happening in the market. People are moving, people are downsizing, upsizing, moving into the city, moving out of the city. And that's a delta. And that's all that needs to happen for the real estate market to be on fire. And again, for many of you, some of you are on the call right now who are active, you're having your best year in a long time. Other people are saying, oh, it's a bad market. My people are on the sidelines, right? I've got X buyers, but they're waiting. Great. Well, you've got time while they're waiting. Let's find other buyers because there are people and we're getting them on the lead network. We're getting them on the call sessions. We're getting them through Op City. We're looking to buy right now. And again, one of the agents never done a sale before, took out one Op City client, showed them 4 apartments. They're in contract already. And a lot of these buyers, especially in Staten Island, in Queens, in Brooklyn, in the Bronx, and even in Manhattan, are looking to move ASAP, right? They want to take advantage of these amazing interest rates. They want to take advantage of kind of what's going on. So again, the market is not dead. You need to pivot with the market. So if you're used to doing, $5+ million sales, maybe you take it down a notch. Maybe you work on, $500,000 sales. There are tons of buyers out there. Be flexible on the locations you're willing to work. There are many renters too, right? If you say, I don't want to leave my neighborhood, I only want to work on the Upper West Side, or I only want to work on the Upper East Side, focus on renters, right? We have one agent who has done actually a dozen rentals over the last 4 weeks just off of Rent Hop. A dozen. I'm not kidding. A dozen rentals, right? That's very good money. Again, we have one agent who did 2 Op City leads in contract this week. There's tons and tons of things going on, and you just need to be part of that, and to be kind of active with everything. Um, Christine is saying, are there tons of buyers in Manhattan? There are buyers in Manhattan. There are people who are looking to buy in Manhattan, and again, either upsize or downsize. There aren't as many buyer leads on Op City in Manhattan. That's true, but you can generate the leads through the My Weichert system, and you can be doing this, right? And again, there's also renters in Manhattan, so it might not be focusing on buyers right now, but it might be focusing on renters or both. So again, our tools work, and this is the biggest thing, right? I believe in the tools that we have. Some of you take Op City leads, take Weichert lead network leads, and don't do the buyer consultation. Well, you're really missing out. And again, one of the agents who's newer to this, every time he gets one of these leads, he does the buyer consultation, and again, he's working actively with 4 buyers, and this is in a very good kind of range of prices. The listing presentation works, right? Like if we put it together and we go after a listing, we can win over our competition. My Weichert works, right? Again, I'll use the example of this agent has had really great success. Other people, have done some property boost, maybe not as much success, but the mass emails are working, right? We have probably across the offices about 5 active leads that came through the My Weichert system, and if anything, it's a great tool to use to expand your network. Lead network works, right? I've been doing these call sessions. Some of you have been on them. We've reactivated a number of leads. A couple agents have been taking out lead network leads. There are people out there looking. And again, Christine, to your point, if you're looking in Manhattan, most of our lead network leads are for Manhattan buyers. So if you do not have people and you only want to work in Manhattan, lead network is the way to go, right? To be on lead network and to come and try to help reactivate some of these lead network people during call sessions or group call sessions. Op City works. Again, I think we have a pipeline of about 15 buyers that we're working with across the offices, and a couple of them are either in or going into contract, right? A couple agents have done their first deals off of Op City, and people are really working up. As soon as you get one in contract, they're going to start sending you a flood more of them. Rent Hop works. Again, one agent, she's with a different company. She came over to our company. She has been using Rent Hop, and she has done 3 deals in a week, 3 rental deals in a week. And she advertised one listing that in a neighborhood that I recommended to her, very cheap 1-bedrooms in Murray Hill. And she got, I think, 4 applications in the building. 2 of them were approved, and she's waiting on OP check. So again, very good money that can be happening in a very short period of time if you take the steps and do it. That's it. This is simple, right? This is a simple business because so many people are moving right now. So again, not to be harsh, but what is not working could be you. And again, what I want to do is help you get unstuck, right? If you want to make money, if you don't want to make money, totally fine. I totally understand that. Revenue dues are coming up. Let's put you in referral. It's not a problem. If you want to make money, there are so many opportunities out there right now. There are so many leads out there. There are so many people reevaluating their home situation and what they're doing, that what's working is probably you because you're not, taking advantage of this. So again, how can we fix this, right? My job is to help you get over the hump, get over the hurdle, and to start making money. So focus, focus, focus. Again, you need to set a timeline and a plan, and you need to stick to it. So if you need training, right, let's go back through. Let's do Accelerate, just started this week. Let's do Elevate. Let's do Dual Career Accelerate. Let's do workshops, right? We have these things every week for you guys, right? I'm not doing these because I like to hear myself speak. I'm doing these because I want you to grow your business. If you need to learn how to convert better, right? If you're not doing a great job, if you're doing the call sessions and you're not converting, we can do workshops, and we can make sure that you have the scripts right and that you have these things down so that you can actually talk to the people correctly to get them to work with you, and that you're using the conversion tools like the listing presentation, the buyer presentation. And again, if you need leads, there are so many leads pouring across, right? I have an Op City account myself. I don't use it, but I can see, and I see basically every day I'm getting ping, 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 ping. There are all these buyers. And again, they're across the spectrum: Upper Manhattan, Chelsea, Greenwich Village, Staten Island. There's a number of them, all over the place. So let's figure out how to get you on these leads. And there are lead network calls. Again, we can do these calls to get you people to work with in Manhattan, in Brooklyn, in Queens, wherever you want to work. We can focus on that. So again, just as a reminder, we have one. There's one today at 6 and tomorrow at 10:30. These company-wide call sessions are a great place to pick up and reactivate Weichert lead network leads, or to call people that are in your sphere. Right? It's a great way to do it together with other people. Hear the scripts they're using, right? And this is part of the whole conversion thing. When I make these calls, I say, I'm calling and I'm giving them out to you guys, but I'm calling on Thursdays and I'm saying, hey, you reached out about apartments in Chelsea. Are you still looking? And if they say, oh, we decided not to buy. And I always say, great. It's amazing that you didn't buy. You know why? Because prices are down and interest rates are lower. Have you thought about it? Well, and you kind of start talking to them and you get a sense of their situation. And you're like, you know what? You really need to talk to Doug. He can at least give you a sense of your purchasing power, what you can buy in this market, and see if it makes sense for you. Maybe it doesn't. Totally fine. No obligation. And again, it's about building that relationship with people. And again, he's worked to help pre-approve a number of these leads. Some people have their own pre-approval, but again, these are people that are looking or were looking. And again, who cares if they call, I called 3 years ago. Oh, great. It's a great thing you didn't buy then because you're going to be doing better now. So you have to learn to pivot, and listening to these call sessions can definitely help with that. So again, my kind of commitment to you guys is to be there for the training, to get you through all the steps. Again, a lot of the people who are on this call are newer. I will pick up the phone whenever I can. I will coach you through step by step every deal that you're doing, because I want you to be successful. And I know after you do your first one, your second one, it becomes easier, right? And so what I want to do is, and I've sat down with a number of you already. I want to sit down either virtually over Zoom or in person and talk about your 2021 goals. Right. And we can talk about getting a plan to get you to that number. And in order to do that, and again, sign up. Again, I'm doing them Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday in Soho, Wednesdays in Midtown, or on Zoom any of the days. So if you haven't signed up for one yet, please do so. I'd like to meet with everyone by the end of next week. And please have the 2021 business plan tool done. If you go into Weichert 1, bottom right, Weichert University, there's a planning tool. This helps me get a sense of A, your time commitment, and B, how much money you're looking to make, right? Because we can backtrack from there, right? If you say by December 31st, 2021, I want to make $100,000, we can get you there. That's actually a pretty easy goal to get to, but you have to put in time, right? That's going to take a lot of time, effort, and work on your part, but we can totally get you there. And then it's going to be a weekly and biweekly check-in to see how are you doing? Are you doing the things you need to? This business is all about being out in the field with people, right? And so if you're sitting at home, maybe you can generate leads and farm them out, totally fine. But if you really want to be making money, we have to be out there in the field with people, showing apartments, actively working with people. And the biggest thing to remember, right? And I think this is tough for a lot of us. It's not going to be the first or second apartment you show them that they like. Sometimes that happens. That's the best in the world because it's like, boom, you make money easily. But it's going to be building that relationship. And once you build that relationship, they're going to refer you to their friends and family. And that's how you're going to turn this from, a check that you get for a closing into a career where people just call you, right? And again, a lot of you on this call have been in the business for a while, and referrals are where it's been and where it has been. Maybe it's time to grow a little bit more, right? And to push yourself by doing some of these other ways and some of these other lead generation programs. Again, the nice thing about almost everything that I've talked about is that it's free, right? The only thing you have to pay for that I talked about is Rent Hop for rentals, and it's a very small fee, especially compared to the OP checks that you'll get for doing it. So please, either you can do it in the chat box just to me. Tell me sometimes either Thursday, tomorrow, or next week that you want to do. Friday, I have to go to Fort Lee. But let me know what times work for you to do a one-on-one. They're about 40 minutes or so. We just really go over all these things and really set up a plan. Again, I'm here to support you in doing that plan. And again, I can help you with anything that you need me to help you with, but you have to do some work. You have to put the time in yourself. Just a reminder, I just want to bring this up again for anyone who wasn't on the call last week. 2 weeks ago. There are some areas, especially Southern Brooklyn and Eastern Queens, where we cannot show properties right now. There are these red zones. What you can do is you can check online. There's a COVID-19 zone finder, and we cannot show in them. Again, it's a pretty hefty fine. I know a number of you have listings that are either in or near that zone. So let's figure out ways of marketing it, maybe without actually showing it, and hopefully the numbers decrease in those areas. But again, if you have any questions about that, let me know. With that, I'm going to give it over to Jamie.
Hello, everybody. Hope all is well. Before I thank everyone again, some good news on my end. My daughter is applying to colleges now. When I found out about an hour ago that she got into her first college. So as of this morning, thanks. As of this morning, she got into Michigan State, and waiting on a whole bunch of others. But we just applied literally like a week or two ago. So it's pretty exciting here about that. So just personal news there. So outside of that, once again, thank you all for, working hard out there, sending me numbers when needed, letting me help your clients. Our market share is pretty good in both Soho and Midtown. So if we can just keep it rolling, that would be great. If you have any phone numbers that you get me, before before they get into the system, the sooner the better, especially with renters. If you need me to help with renters, because the renters, by the time I get to call them, usually they have it and they're not going to switch for like $5 or $10. So I do have to get to renters before they call the people they usually deal with. Otherwise, I really won't have a chance on the renters. The homes, obviously, or apartments and condos, the co-ops, obviously I need the phone numbers also for those, but I usually have a little more time to get to them once they get into the system here. So anything you guys can do would be helpful, because a lot of times, unfortunately, the renters go in and it's like, oh, they closed yesterday, and even if I have the right number to call them, they're going to tell me I don't need it or I already got it. So I do need, like I said, the earlier the better with anything, and especially with New York, because I don't think you're required to have the phone numbers there, but if you can get them to me anyway, that would be really, really helpful, because we're doing really well with the way that I am working right now. But the more I have at my disposal, the better it is for all. So including your clients, because I am going to take care of them. Free money, anybody who I have not taken a look at their own personal coverages, you still have the ability to get a $50 Amazon card. I think I have a couple of people out there that I have the gift cards that I'm still waiting on. I think actually I have one for Leslie. So Leslie, if you're on there, give me a call so I can give you your gift card number. And otherwise, thank you so much. I'm here if you have any questions whatsoever about any types of coverages, rentals, home, auto, flood, vacant, jewelry, umbrella. I even, whatever it is you really need, and basically anything other than health insurance. So I'm here for you. Don't hesitate to ask.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jamie.
Thanks.
Doug, do you want to let us know about rates? The slides didn't come through from Dino, so I don't have those today, unfortunately.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just give you a quick update. A lot of numbers this week. We have existing home sales, new home sales, spending, personal spending, and this, a lot of this stuff is trying to see how we recovered from the whole COVID period, which we're still in. But financially, if we take away the stimulus, how does spending get affected? How does that affect interest rates? There's all these little things that can affect interest rates, and we just have a lot of data coming in now. So rates are at a very good level. They're actually historically low, but of course we have an election next week, and the Fed's meeting next week, and there's things that can affect it. The best measure we have for interest rates is the 10-year Treasury, which has gone up about 19 basis points in 3 weeks, which is getting to be significant. And what tends to happen historically, although this year you can't really count on anything, but retail rates would follow. So hypothetically, retail rates would go up by that much. The good news is if that happens, for whatever reason, that's when people start knocking on the door because they see that rates are going up. So it's almost a call to action. So even if rates went up a little bit, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just if you're advising somebody or if you point them to me to advise them, this is the lowest, literally the rate that Freddie Mac has ever recorded. It's 2.8 for their mortgages on the 30-year fixed, with about a half a point, 1.5, 0.6 points. So when you're talking fixed money below 3, it's an exceptionally good time to be borrowing. So just keep that in mind. If you have a listing and you want me to vet a pre-approval that you have, maybe it's from a company you never heard of, I'm happy to do that. Of course, if you're working with a buyer, if you could just connect me with the buyer, the dialogue could be something like, we have an in-house mortgage person, I'm going to have them give you a call. It's not a hard sale at all. It's just offering our services. And they're going to need financing anyway. And I'm giving them an option. If they choose to go elsewhere, that's up to them. But we do have some good options that would help them and help you along the way. And if you need anything else from me, if you need an open house flyer or anything like that, please keep me in mind. I'm there to help. And I also pick up my phone, not just during traditional business hours, but after hours and on weekends too. So if you're stuck with something and it's Sunday afternoon, absolutely reach out and I can do my best to help you with it. That's basically it. So it's just a brief update, and just please keep me in mind.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Doug. I don't think Annabelle was able to make it, but Annabelle information is here. Again, she's been meeting with some of you one-on-one, either again on Zoom or in person. She's been coming into Manhattan on Mondays usually. So feel free to reach out to her. Again, if you haven't gone through your success plan, make sure you do that. And we can kind of take it from there. So again, anyone have any new listings they'd like to mention, or a listing that they need for a client that they have not been able to find? Time to announce anything new on the market or? No?
Hey, Jason.
Yep, Tom.
I have a question for Doug. Doug, I have a client who may want to refinance a bayfront home in Bay Head, New Jersey, something to the tune of $1.5 million. Do we have any IO product at this point?
The loan amount would be $1.5 million.
Yeah.
I'd have to see what we have. If you want to send me a quick email with whatever you know about the property, I can look it up. I'm not sure if we have an IO product at this moment, but I absolutely can find out for you today.
Okay.
And also, just so you know, I'm licensed in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, so I can handle that. You have to be individually licensed in each state, just like you guys.
Yeah. Do you know Alex Arcelay?
Yes.
Okay. I asked Alex the question because I work out of Short Hills as well, and he said he didn't think there was any IO product that had been revived. But I wanted to check with you also. I asked him some other questions and he hasn't gotten back to me. So I figured while we were on the call, I'd ask you.
Yeah, Tom, why don't you give Doug a call after and you guys can take this off the thing.
My number again is 914-309-1483. And if you just, call me or text me with what you need me to find out. I'd rather verify it rather than give you my best guess, because a lot of these things have changed during COVID, especially with the jumbo.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you guys. That's it from me. I'm going to stop the recording, stop the share. If anyone has anything, again, I know I've met with a number of you. If you want to just message me, text me, or email me sometimes at work. Again, I'd like to meet with everyone before the end of next week. Again, for 40 minutes to an hour. I can do after work if it needs to be. I can do at night, whatever it is. Just let me know some times that work for you guys. So thank you so much.